Hello, we're the Blue Speaker team. Before we talk about the project and what we've accomplished throughout this past year, let's take a moment to introduce ourselves.
Hi, I'm James. I worked on the application code and hardware features.
I'm Tyler. I worked on the back end and the chat feature.
I'm Spencer. I worked on the safety features.
And I'm Gabriel. I worked on the UI and safety features as well. Now, what is Blue Speaker? With Blue Speaker, we aimed to create a platform that would connect outdoor enthusiasts across the globe. However, throughout our development process, we realized a cardinal rule of action sports where risk is inherent. Safety comes first. Utilizing this mantra, our team set out to leverage as many pre-existing tools as possible to create a well-developed survival guide, all in your back pocket. With our app, users can form groups together and communicate in both casual and emergency settings. Our app serves a wide range of users, from hikers to professional backcountry skiers. If you fall and fall hard, our app will notify your group, telling them when and where you may have run into trouble. Although our application focuses on outdoor survival scenarios, through our user studies, we got excellent feedback and came to learn that this app can transcend the typical lost in the woods use case. Our application excels in settings where on-the-fly communication is key. If I were a chaperone wrangling a group of kids through an aquarium, the services that our app provides would be a lifesaver, literally. Now, let's take a look at some of the use cases to show off exactly what our platform can do.
Now that you know a bit about our app, let's talk about a typical use case. Alice and Bob are two friends who want to go hiking together, but they sometimes take separate paths and want to stay in touch. Luckily, they both have Blue Speaker. They boot up Blue Speaker and Alice creates a group with a unique group code. Bob then joins using that code and the app creates a chat room for them. Alice and Bob do go on separate paths and they stay in touch using this chat room. Suddenly, while hiking, Bob has a tough fall. Alice is notified with both the information that he fell and the location of where he fell at. Alice then goes to Bob and using the built-in safety guide is able to help him with his injury and get him off the mountain safely.
My name is Spencer and I'm here to do a quick run through the application and demo it for you guys. This intro screen is where a user will sign in or sign up with AWS to create a user. Once the user signs in, they'll be taken to this home screen, which is the group screen where they can either choose to join or create a group or go to another tab within the application. These include the profile screen where a user can change their profile picture, their name, or their bio. We'll do a quick run through of that right here, where the user begins by changing their name to something a little more appropriate and fun for the application. This is followed by a changing of their biography so that when other users look at their profile, it won't be so boring. And last, the user will change their profile picture to something that suits them a bit more than a blank avatar. Next, we can head on over to the chat screen. This is where a user can find their previous chats and start a new one by going to their contacts and sending their first message. We used Amazon's AWS Amplify platform to create a fully functional chat application to allow users to have that communication. That was one of the key parts of our goal and ethos. That is, we wanted to create an application to allow outdoor enthusiasts to come together and have shared experiences in the outdoors. And we further implemented this goal and ethos of the project in our group chat feature, which will be shown later in this demo. Other main goal that followed our ethos and was something that was talked about from our user studies was the development of safety features. So we allowed the user to always access trusted information from both the National Park Service and the National Atmospheric and Oceanic Administration so that they're able to get themselves out of bind when they need it most. Next, let's head on over to the settings screen. Here, the user can sign out and return to the login page. When the user does decide to log back in, all their information, including their profile information and their chats will have been saved on the AWS server and accessible once again. One of the most difficult and interesting things we implemented was the development of a group feature. A user creates a group by first naming the group, followed by creating a password for others to join. Once the group is created, others join by typing in that same name, followed by the password. Once created, users go to their chats to then enter the group. Once in the group, other members are able to join. Aside from cross-communication between members, we also wanted to implement a further safety feature. We leveraged the phone's built-in accelerometer to detect when a user has had an accident. When a fall has occurred, all group members are then notified and also given the location of the member that has had the accident.
We would like to end by telling you a bit about how we came to create BluSPKR. We chose to power our app with React Native so that we could target both Android and iOS devices. And we decided to use the Expo development environment to develop this React Native code. We also used some Expo libraries that allowed us to access the phone's accelerometer and GPS sensors in a device non-specific way. On the back end, we ran a AWS Amplify server. This allowed us to use GraphQL queries to maintain and adjust the database, which stored things like user bios and chat rooms. Throughout our development, we also relied on many user studies to direct our efforts. This was a large part in how we came to find our final focus of safety.
We hope that you enjoyed learning about our project, BluSPKR. We look forward to seeing you on Demo Day. Also, special thanks to Dr. Bean, Dr. de Saint Germain, Dr. Maynard, and our TAs Adam and Raul.